We might move on to Deputy Paul Murphy. First question.
So 1 year precisely after the email was sent to the Minister, the Taoiseach told the Dáil, "I spoke to the Taoiseach, who told me she had no hand, act or part in that decision, and that she was not aware of it until after the fact, around the time it entered the public domain." Was that accurate by the Taoiseach? Is that what you told the Taoiseach? And if that is accurate, well then, was it accurate in terms of what was the truth from your point of view? Is it actually the case that you're saying not just that you forgot the email, but that you never read the email? Did you read the email at the time? And if you didn't read the email, how is it possible that such an email should be in flashing lights regarding Maurice McCabe for the Minister of Justice, who you had previously met?
I don't understand the last part of your question. Sorry, would you just repeat that?
Did you read the email previously? Did you read the email and forget about it, or?
Well, when the department told me about this email last Thursday, as I've said, I didn't remember that email. I would tend to read all of the emails that would come to me. I can only assume that I did read it, but I did not remember it when I was speaking to the Taoiseach. And what I said to the Taoiseach was that I did not know about any legal strategy in advance. I wasn't part of any legal strategy. I had no hand, act or part in a legal strategy, and that I was only aware of all of the details that came out 1 year later in May 16. That's what I said to the Taoiseach. That's what I was referencing when I spoke to him. And when he spoke here in the Dáil, he was obviously repeating that. And what I was referencing was the information that came out in May 16, which was widely reported in the media about tapes, about Mullingar, about other Garda witnesses. But I had no information about that, and that's what I was saying to the Taoiseach when I spoke to him. And obviously then the email was brought to my attention.
Deputy Murphy.
Let's remember what underlay this, which was a disgusting attempt to destroy, to blacken the name of Maurice McCabe, to completely discredit him because of his whistleblowing. How could the Minister possibly receive such an email and read it and then forget that she read it? And in the interview on the News at 1 earlier, you seem to suggest that you forgot it because you didn't have any role in this. But that's simply not credible. That doesn't result in forgetting it. It might result in not doing anything about it, but at the very least you could have picked up the phone and requested more information.
Taoiseach, 1 minute.
I think if you get an email and the email explicitly states that you have no role or function because it is a matter for a tribunal and there is due process down at that tribunal and evidence is being given, I think that actually makes it more understandable that I might not remember it, because actually it says I have no function in relation to it. And Deputy, I do understand when a tribunal of inquiry or a commission of investigation is underway and evidence is being given at it, including by officials in my own department in relation to the various issues that were thrown up by Guerin and which O'Higgins examined, the Higgins Commission examined. I'm very clear that I did not have a role in that. So I think that does make it more understandable as to why I did not remember it.
Final question, Deputy Murphy.
I don't agree it makes it understandable, not given your previous comments and the approach of the government supposedly in terms of whistleblowers. But to move on, Maurice McCabe is adamant that the criminal charges that you referred to on the radio and that are referred to in the email here were not raised at the O'Higgins Commission. He's adamant that what was raised at the O'Higgins Commission was in relation to him supposedly, which was false, seeking to get access to information about the DPP's decision, not criminal charges. And he's adamant that the email is inaccurate. So that begs a very serious question. I mean, I trust that this is the email. But if it's the case, and if the transcript proves it the case, that these were not issues that were raised in the O'Higgins Commission, well then doesn't it raise more serious questions if a campaign of slander, etc., was continuing and was being filtered through phone calls and then into emails.
Thank you. Final response.
I mean, when you look at this email, this was referencing a call from a senior official in the Office of the Attorney-General. Now, you're saying that Sergeant Maurice McCabe is saying that what is in the email is incorrect. I can only tell you what was in the email. I have absolutely no reason to believe that either a senior official from the Department of the Attorney-General or a senior official in my department would record what's here incorrectly or as part of any campaign against Sergeant Maurice McCabe. That would be quite an extraordinary allegation to make about a senior official of the Department of the Attorney-General. Now, if you're saying there's a discrepancy between Sergeant McCabe's view of it and what is in this email, well, we will just have to see what he has to say about it. And as I say, the Taoiseach did have a conversation with him earlier.
Thanks, Taoiseach.